We always hear about the richest men in the world. It's almost like you can't escape them. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, their names are everywhere. And because of this, people tend to forget that there are some women out there who have nearly as much money as all these men. Who are they? Stick around to find out as we take you through the top 10 richest women in the world. Starting us off as the 10th richest woman in the world, we have Iris Fontbona. Ms. Fontbona is one of the less-known names you'll find on this list, but she's the 81-year-old widow of Chilean magnate Andronica Luksic, who died of cancer back in 2005, and she has a net worth of $23.1 billion. Before his death, Luksic had built quite a fortune for his family in mining and beverages, and when he died, it all went to his wife, Iris Fontbona. She and her 3 children now own countless copper mines in Chile through Antofagasta Pulp, which trades on the London Stock Exchange. And that's not where all the money comes from. They also own a majority stake in Quinenco, a publicly traded Chilean conglomerate that does business in banking, beer, and manufacturing. Up next is a more familiar woman, Mackenzie Scott. Still doesn't ring a bell. What about Mackenzie Bezos? Yeah, you get it now. With an estimated net worth of $24.4 billion, Mackenzie Scott is the 9th richest woman in the world. The 53-year-old made that mouth-watering amount of money from the divorce settlements after she and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos got divorced. Having spent 25 years married to the current world's 3rd richest person, Mackenzie parted from the marriage with 25% of Jeff's Amazon stake, which was 4% of the company. And since the divorce, she has become one of the most generous philanthropists in the world. She has donated so much that her 9th place ranking on this list is a massive drop from her 4th place position last year, having donated $14 billion of what used to be a $43.6 billion net worth. Moving on, we have Gina Rinehart. Mining tycoon Gina Rinehart is not only the 8th wealthiest woman in the entire world, but also the outright richest person in the continent of Australia. An economics dropout from the University of Sydney, Gina is the daughter of the late founder of one of the world's biggest mining and agriculture companies, Lang Hancock. Her dad died way back in 1992, and despite not having a college degree, she has done pretty well to keep the mineral exploration and extraction company, Hancock Prospecting, flying high as the executive chairman. Her current estimated net worth of $27 billion is about $5 billion less than what it was in 2022, but it's enough to put her on this exclusive list. Edging Gina Rinehart by just some hundreds of millions, we have Susanne Klatten. The first European on our list, coming in 7th place with a net worth of $27.4 billion is Germany's Susanne Klatten. Susanne has amassed the majority of her wealth by being a major shareholder in German luxury car maker BMW. She inherited her 19.2% car brand ownership from her parents, Johanna and Herbert Quandt. Herbert was an industrialist who single-handedly rescued BMW from bankruptcy in 1959. That's why he had such a large share. Susanne Klatten is also the sole owner and deputy chair of chemicals company Altena. Another woman that relates to that is the number 6 on our list, Raffaella Aponte Diamant. Repping Europe again, Raffaella Aponte Diamant is a billionaire from Switzerland who made her fortune as the owner of the world's largest shipping line, MSC. Technically, she owns the business with her husband, but what matters is her stunning net worth of $31.2 billion. The 78-year-old met her husband Gianluigi in Capri back in the day, and in the 70s, they embarked on the shipping industry together. Fast forward some decades, and they now have a 50% stake in the world's biggest shipping line. Fun fact about this one, Raffaella Aponte Diamant is 78 years old, but she still works on the interior design of her cruises herself. Just ahead of Raffaella is Miriam Anderson. With a net worth of $35 billion, Miriam is the 5th richest woman in the entire planet. She's an American Israeli and used to be married to Republican kingmaker and casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, who owned probably the biggest gambling empire ever. Upon her husband's death in early 2021, Miriam now holds a controlling 53.7% stake in the Las Vegas Sands brand, which operates Singapore's Marina Bay Sands and 5 casino resorts in Macau via Sands China. Many don't know this, but Miriam is a pretty good doctor by profession and an active supporter of drug addiction research. And she was a big financial supporter of the Trump administration. Up next, we have the fourth richest woman in the world as Jacqueline Mars. If you pay close attention, where this woman makes her money from is in the name. Jacqueline Mars is the granddaughter of Frank C. Mars, the founder of Mars Incorporated, which produces candy and pet food like M&M's, Skittles, Snickers, and Maltesers. The company was founded in 1911 and has grown to become the world's largest candy maker. Being sort of a family business, Jacqueline worked at Mars for about 20 years, served on the board until 2016, and has now inherited an estimated one-third of the company. That's where her $38.3 billion net worth comes from. The 83 years old is the oldest on this list, making her technically the oldest richest woman in the world. And now, for the big three. In third place, we have Alice Walton. Like many others on this list, Alice Walton's insane net worth of $56.7 billion comes from inheriting it from her family. She is the only daughter of Walmart co-founder Sam Walton, who founded the company with his brother in 1962. The multinational retail corporation is the world's largest company by revenue, with about $570 billion in annual revenue. Unlike her siblings, who joined the family business, Alice has concerned herself majorly with being an art curator and has collected art worth hundreds of millions of dollars. She even opened her own museum for artworks. She actually used to be the world's richest woman till 2020, but has fallen to third since then, so let's just say art curating isn't the most lucrative job description. Alice is just a few million behind second placed, Julia Koch. Julia Koch is a New York socialite and the widow of billionaire industrialist David Koch, who passed away in 2019. He founded and owned the multinational conglomerate Koch Industries, and upon his death, his wife inherited a $60 billion fortune along with an extensive property portfolio. She's a conservative donor, philanthropist, and the joint majority owner of Koch Industries, with a 42% stake in the second largest private company in the U.S. Julia moved to New York from Iowa in the 1980s and worked as an assistant to iconic fashion designer Adolfo before inheriting all these millions. She now has an estimated net worth of $59 million, so you can say she's literally living the American dream. Literally America's richest woman. And at number 1, we have Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers. French billionaire Bettencourt-Meyers is the world's richest woman for the third year in a row and ranks as the planet's 11th wealthiest person overall, up from 14 last year. She's also one of just 337 women on the 2023 Forbes World's Billionaires list and has made the majority of her wealth through her stake in beauty and hair mammoth the L'Oreal Group. L'Oreal was founded over a century ago by Bettencourt-Meyers' grandfather, but that's not where she inherited her $80.5 billion worth, at least not directly. Françoise actually inherited the title of the world's richest woman directly from her mother, Liliane Bettencourt, who passed away in 2017. But she didn't get that title without quite a lot of legal trouble. What really matters though is the billionaire heiress came out on top and now owns 33% of the L'Oreal brand with her family. Which of these super rich women do you find most interesting and why? Let us know in the comments section.